Good morning and welcome now to Monday. In 24 hours, Mother Earth is going to be blessed with a full moon in Capricorn. Sensei says today is the day to decide and commit before the emotional tug of war. From my smartphone to yours, keep streaming for your Monday Namaste today. Welcome to Namaste Today, a happy way to start your day. I'm your host and spiritual life coach, stepº26. My modality I work in is psychic astrology, and my personal mission is to stand in my heart and promote peace on earth. Namaste, my friend, and welcome back from the week's end. Well, it's Monday, and in the next 24 hours, we're going to experience a full moon in Capricorn. That's basically an emotional tug-of-war between two parts of ourselves, our feelings and our heart. But because it is in Cancer, which rules feelings, it will be perhaps an intense change of personal direction. So today, in your Megascope, I'm going to give you steps to wade through the full moon. But first, let's take a look at today's Zodiac weather. This Zodiac weather is for Monday, July 18th, 2016. Well, looking at the week ahead in the 5-day moodcast, tomorrow the full moon hits, making it hot and super humid for human beings on Earth. Wednesday, though, will be sunny and cool. And Friday is the first day of I Love Me Some Leo. But today I'm predicting sunny and rather sharp. That's because the time has come to make a decision, an emotional decision. Now, the Great Human Walk has reached step 26, Cancer. That means our ruling channel today is channel 8. And that means the ruling planet is Sirius Saturn. Now, our emotional focus is serious and quite self-critical. That's because the moon is in Act 2 of Capricorn, also a decision maker. And our mental focus today is jumping for love, precisely our love, because Mercury is at step 9, Leo. So today, the setup is for us to jump for our love, to feel what matters most, and to allow the full moon to kind of take it away. And in today's Megascope, I'm going to give you some steps on how to do just that. But first, why don't you grab your tea and let's have our daily tea time. Hello, my friend, and welcome to our tea time. Today's tea time topic is a fun one I thought I would share with the world, which is how I became a professional reader. And I'm bringing this up because a lot of people who watch this show are actually light walkers. They're readers, they're aspiring readers, they're leaders. In fact, most of my audience are light walkers and aspiring healers of some sort. So I want to share with you how I got from hobby to actually getting paid for this. Okay, it actually goes back. I got into astrology for a whole nother story. I'll talk about what turned me on to astrology another time. But I've been basically very much interested in it, studying my chart, and I got a job on a TV show called New Attitudes for Lifetime Television for Women. I was the executive assistant to the executive producer, and so I was like in the center of a staff of like 42 women. And I was into astrology. So needless to say, I had to kind of line out the door of girls who wanted me to tell them what was going on, or with this guy or whatever. And of course I was just getting sharper and sharper and sharper, but always giving it away for free or whatever. And there was a woman there named Lisa Roth at the time, and she was is a Scorpio, very perceptive. And she sat me down and she's like, buddy, you're really good at this. I think you need to get paid for it. And I was like, oh, no. It's just a hobby. I love it. I could never get paid for it. It's my gift to the world. She's like, no, seriously. There's women who will pay for this. Like, you're really good at this. You should do it. So I was like, okay. She says, here's what I want to do. I want to buy you as a present for a couple of my lady friends, get you kind of introduced to this circle of women who love this stuff. And I was like, okay, that's so awesome. I was so grateful. Once again, a Scorpio. Lots of Scorpios have looked out for me in my life and show me that I was way too, not guarded, not protected, not treating myself sacredly. So I was very grateful, and she bought me for a female executive, and it turned out right off the bat to be this a woman who was very high up, like vice president, high up in CBS television. So needless to say, I was very nervous, but I showed up for this reading and did what I do, and I went overboard. I typed up a report, all this stuff, and got paid. So I was like, well, that's cool. I really like that. So then I kind of got passed around those ladies, and And normally my rate was like $100 for the reading or something like that. And at this one point, it's kind of like what I'm sharing is that the universe was basically grooming me to be a reader because I had a lot of prejudices that I was here to do television and here to do this and here to do that, which I obviously am here to do all those things, but I wasn't being open to the idea of this, doing readings, even though I was really good at it. So at some point, I get passed to a woman in Beverly Hills, and I do reading for her, and it was like 2.5, 3 hours. We ended up talking, and again, my rate was $100, and she's like, "What's your rate?" And I said $100, and she's like, "Okay, 3 hours. Here's 400." I was like, "Oh my God, she paid me $100 an hour!" Like, so my mind just like took it to a whole nother level. Like, wow, it was really worth that. Like, so I was being groomed. I didn't trust and respect myself enough. Then finally I come back to Lisa, and she's like, "You're totally a hit with all the girls. I'm so grateful for you. Like, thank you very much." Which is, I was just like, "Oh, it feels so good to be appreciated for something I love doing. She's like, I'm gonna buy you as a gift for one of my friends." I was like, "Okay." Her name is Courtney. She's wonderful. You'll totally love her. I was like, "Okay, cool." So basically that week we got invited. And this is again how the universe kind of conspires, as far as to open you up. I get invited to some party after work. It's like some eccentric party in LA, Hollywood. I had not been really ever invited to these things because I'm so the nerd, like. But I got invited to this party. And right away, and this is a whole nother story Sensei will tell, but I see Weird Al Yankovic there, I see Pee Wee Herman there, Paul Rubens, I see a bunch of like bizarre TV personalities, and I turn around and all of a sudden I see Courtney Cox. And I suddenly realize, oh my God, I wonder if it's Courtney Cox, the Courtney she's talking about. So I walk over to Courtney Cox, who's there with David Arquette, and I'm like, "Hi, Courtney. My name is Christopher. I believe I was reading. I'm the guy I think is going to read for you for Lisa." And she was like, "Yes, hi, da da da." And I was like, "Oh my God!" Like, not only was I going to read this celebrity, but I had bumped into her at a party. Like, oh my, I was in a total just disarray. And David Arquette, who is a Virgo, was kind of like, "Buddy, what are you doing?" Like, I was like, "Oh, I'm totally cool." I mean, he's very charming, by the way, nice man. But like, obviously, I'm walking up to some celebrity, so I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna okay." So I get to read you this day or whatever. I will say that I'm not normally a name dropper, but Courtney was wonderful, and I'm not doing anything wrong here, I don't think. And she wanted to help me, and so this is honestly the first time I ever really said anything publicly about it. She was a wonderful reading, and I want to say thank you, Courtney, if you ever watch this, because your courtesy and your kindness really helped me just to feel like I was something special as a reader. I will say that I did. I think I predicted everything correctly, as it turned out. And she's a very lovely soul, very bright, very courteous, and her home is stunning. I'll say that too. She has impeccable taste when it comes to design. But the moral of the story is, at that point, she asked me, "What can I do for you?" Now, at that point, I really felt that I wasn't ready. I was like, "This has been an amazing journey in like 3 weeks, but I need to kind of pull back and figure out what I'm going to do." And it took me a while to figure out what I was going to do, because I didn't really want to start to work on that sort of level of importance. And when I say importance, is I think when you help somebody who has influence, they go to work happy, and the people around them are happy, and so on and so forth. So it's very powerful. But I want to pull back and wait. So that's how I got into the reading business. And from there, I'll tell you more later, but I first came out with Soul Garden, and then I decided to sell readings off of Soul Garden, but I wanted a website and everything set up before I started to go down that path. We have a little plane coming here. I'm going to take a sip and channel for you the Megascope. Okay, my friend. And so today might feel kind of cold, or you might feel like you're just a cold biatch or a cold bastard. But that coldness is so you can be clear. You need to today focus on how you feel about things, and in essence, it's time to come to a decision. A decision about how you want to feel always. And this feeling always should be based on the path of least resistance, where things are easy, where things open up. So, making an emotional decision, really what I'm saying here is that whatever you're deciding in life, job, relocation, kids, more kids, new projects, write a new book, it comes down to, do you feel like it? Do you feel like doing it? Is it so easy? Just come out of you like grace? Is it a path of least resistance? Or are you making a commitment to something that feels like it's going to be tough or feels like it's going to be difficult? Because if that's the case, you're probably making the wrong choice. So that said, let me give you 3 steps today to help you choose and decide which way to go. Step 1, eliminate all the wrong answers. Remember that SAT thing where they said to eliminate the wrong answers? Well, it's true in life too. What you're going to say no to, get it out of your mind. It helps truly to focus on what's right. Oops, sorry about that. Step 2, which of your remaining choices is a path of least resistance? So out of all the choices, which is the easiest? You're not being lazy, you're being spiritual. Step 3, ask, how do I want to feel in the end? Ooh, there she goes, she's getting spirits. How do I want to feel in the end? And whatever that decision is important. It's really all about how you want to feel. Now, for those watching over my personal Sensei service today, in your daily Zen, I'm going to give you a pep talk on the 3 8s. The 3 8s are the 3 levels you want to make a decision like today when making decisions. There's 3 conscious levels. And for your eye candy, I'll give you a tug-of-war report. You're going to find out exactly where you're going to be pulled by the full moon in the next 24 hours and where to stay alert about that. And I also wanted to say out there, when you join Personal Sensei Service or Serious Joy, you get a free 15-minute Megascope monthly report. This is a report I put out for each month, okay? I'm going to release these reports on Thursday, or at least a May report. The old one, I'm going to release the old one on Thursday so you guys can look at some of the benefits you get with Serious Joy. But you can try Serious Joy for just $1.99, so please come on down and give it a try at seriousjoy.me. All right, my friends, I am so grateful to be of soul service. Good luck with your emotional decisions. I'll see you back here in 24 hours with more. Until then, remember, I love you, and live, love, be.
Why does every guy cheat on you?
Trust me, I know.
How come girls always call you their friend?
I can tell you.
We'll talk about your strengths and we'll talk about emotions. Secrets of Birthdays, now live for purchase. Check out yours at secretsofbirthdays.com.